Well, hello there, and welcome to a decidedly non-Tomb Raider game. I am your host, Zella, and today we're trying something a little bit different. I've always had a deep appreciation for Japanese visual novels, and there are actually quite a few on Steam now that I didn't know about until about a week ago, or 2 weeks. And I decided to buy some, and we're gonna see what they're like. This is the first one I picked. Not for any particular reason. It seems kind of generic, although the art style is really appealing to me. So this may not be the best time to do this game because I currently cannot hear out of my left ear, and so I can't hear my own voice very well. Not that I can hear it anyways with headphones on, but you know. So we'll see how this goes. If it fails miserably, then I've tried something and it failed, and that happens. So this is all about the Fox Girls. There's a name for characters with ears and tails, but no like fur on the bottom. I don't know what they're. It starts with a K. I'll remember it later, I'm sure. Let's get into this. Every person has a dream they wish to pursue. Yet, as people grow up, they often come to realize the truth. Dreams are nothing more than fairy tales. This will also be a good way to see if I can read it all. At least that's what most people say. Then, what about those who do end up accomplishing their dreams? Are they merely incredibly lucky? Or they have a lot of money? Dad! Let's see, what should I do for him? Just a deeper voice, maybe? Every man has a dream he wants to accomplish. However, there is something really important you should know, my boy. A real man doesn't give up on his dream, no matter what overwhelming challenges he might have to face. I still remember those foolish words my dad used to say, but despite their silly nature, I found myself inspired by them. Ever since I was a young child, I've been interested in martial arts. Hi-ya! It didn't matter whether I watched a match on television or read a manga about some heroic martial artists. Are there really mangas about martial artists? I'm sure there are. It has always been my dream to become a martial artist one day. Of course, it was a bit childish of me to think that I could become a hero simply by learning martial arts. Yeah, there are a lot of martial artists who aren't heroes, I guess. Even though I already understood that superheroes were nothing more than a figment of my imagination. I still had a desire to use my strength for the sake of others. My name is Gushiken Takahiro. I believe I pronounced that right. If I didn't, then you can correct me. A 17-year-old rising judo star. And no, that's not me bragging. I'm the most modest and humblest of all guys. I'm actually about to take part in a tournament 2 weeks from now that could make or break my career on an international level, no doubt. Of course, I was quite excited about the opportunity to finally accomplish my dreams and represent my country at a sport that I loved. But the same excitement also made me feel incredibly nervous. And while those worrisome thoughts haunted my mind, a familiar voice resounded from outside the window. Koyomi. Let's see what this is. Oi, Takakun, get your butt in gear. Okay, I'll be right there, Koyomi. Not wanting to keep Koyomi from waiting, I quickly dashed towards the front door to let her in, not even realizing that I was still in my pajamas. Hold on a sec, Koyomi. Gotta grab my shoes before we head off to school. Really, I never realized our school had such a strict uniform or sleepwear policy. Nice jammies, by the way. Did you borrow them from your mom? What kind of mom do you have? For a moment, my eyes drifted downwards, noticing that I was indeed wearing my pajamas. I let out a groan of annoyance and marched back towards my room. Bah! There's nothing wrong with my jammies. The Golden Knight is a famous comic book hero in the West. Besides, not everyone prefers to sleep naked like you. Ooh. Wait. Was she insinuating earlier that the mother wore jammies that had some kind of superhero name? And whatever. Mumbling those words, I started stripping out of my clothes. Not particularly minding the presence of a girl behind me. Oh yeah, I should note that this game is rated M for mature, and may contain boobage at some point. But apparently not yet. Let's see, what am I gonna do for you? What was my baritone awful voice gonna do for you, Koyomi?
That only happened once. You know very well it was super hot that night. And geez, warn me before you strip naked in front of me, you idiot.
That is way too loud. Ooh. You didn't seem to mind it when we were little. Maybe you wanted me to turn around instead?
No, stop! Don't make me kick your ass.
I decided I had teased her enough and quickly pulled on my pants, proceeding with the remaining few items of clothing before I was suitably dressed for school. Besides, I had a reason for being so distracted.
You've been distracted a lot lately. What's going on in that hollow skull of yours?
I don't know, probably martial arts. Oh yeah, it is martial arts. Woo! 2 points. It's that upcoming match. I have no idea how anyone can remain calm when an international career is at stake. Am I really that important right now? I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised if I had made up enough doomsday scenarios to fill up the apocalypse genre. You can never have enough of those. That genre will never be filled entirely.
Oh right, the judo thing. I'm sure you'll do fine. I've seen some of your matches and you kick butt. And of course, if you really worry, you could always pray.
I don't know if that'll do anything for me. Pray?
What? Don't tell me you don't know. It's one of the school's legends. Apparently, there's some shrine out in the forest that if you pray to it, brings you...
Oh, that voice hurts. I don't think I can do this.
Brings you good luck.
Wait, what is this quick save? Done.
Ichikawa-san said that his sister prayed to it the night before her exam, and she got a perfect score.
A shrine that is said to bring you good luck. Sounds like bogus to me. But what do I know about magic? But at this point, I'm willing to try anything, I guess. You can always go into porn, that's always an option. I'll ask Ichikawa-san about the location. I'm not exactly in the mood to get lost in the forest and end up a modern day Tarzan. Would that really happen to you? I don't know.
Well, whatever. If you do go looking, at least send me a message to let me know.
Yeah, please, SMS. I need to know. Send me the hashtag forest statue.
And will you hurry up? We're gonna be late again.
Well, I'll get used to that. A hero is never too early, nor are they too late. Thanks, Gandalf. Ah, it is Gandalf. They arrive precisely when they are needed. But for the sake of avoiding detention, let's hurry. Hey, I've read enough manga to know where detention goes in these sort of things.
That's a wizard, not a hero, genius. How can one person be such a sports nerd and such a geek at the same time?
Well, apparently I didn't even know the difference. Well, a wizard can be a hero, so... What's your problem, Koyomi? Let's not forget the Casanova and Man of the Year candidate bits. They're important details. I doubt you qualify. Oh, wait.
I doubt you qualify for either of them, Pajama Boy.
Oh, I want that to be a superhero name. It probably is. Anyway, let's boldly go where everyone has gone before, to school. I like myself.
Huh, nerd.
Oh. Several hours later. Ellipses. More ellipses. Even more ellipses. Is that really necessary? Later that day, I finally got the chance to talk to my classmate about the location of the shrine that Koyomi had mentioned earlier. Gym was the last thing on the schedule for today, so once people got ready to go home, I approached the guy. Hey, Ichikawa, is it true that your sister discovered some shrine that is said to bring you good luck? Oh ho ho, let me guess, you want to date her. Well, even though I do have to admit that she's very attractive, I find she's already going out with someone. Not to mention, you're not her type. I already got my hands full dealing with Koyomi. You can keep your sister to yourself. Oh. Incest. Woo. Joke aside, I'm more interested in that shrine. Did she mention where she found it? I don't know. There was anything near that forest aside from the dojo. Oh, well, she said something about it being near a river and quite high up. To be honest, I wasn't paying too much attention when she was going on about it. I mean, she was wearing this top, and it was tight, and... Stop! I seriously don't need to hear the details. I doubt anyone else is interested. So, do you know anyone who might have heard about the shrine? Are you guys talking about that lucky shrine out in the forest? The one and only, according to Ichikawa's sister, there's supposed to be one near a river. I don't know about that, but there's this fiery girl at Sakura Dojo who knows more about it. Wait, are you talking about Aria-sama? About this tall, ridiculously strong, and super scary? I assume that I'm trying to show how tall she is. That's the one! Oh, in that case, I believe I can still be of help. Takahiro-kun, I know where that place is. Of course you do. We both do. You just want to tag along, don't you? What a freeloader. I don't think that Aria-senpai will appreciate you visiting her with your usual tricks in the mind. Do I need to remind you what happened the last time you tried to peek at her after she finished practice? Blood, sweat, and tears. Shut up. I don't peep on the ladies. That's slander, you know. I should sue you. I would never look upon Aria-sama's glorious body in any state of nudity. Oh, so you haven't seen her naked yet? I've seen a bit of side boob, but the hole I found didn't really let me get a good view of. There we go. Someone call the cops. Ichikawa, the peeping Tom, has confessed. I playfully patted Ichikawa's shoulder as I turned around, grabbing my bag in the process and prepared to leave. Thanks for the tip, Ichikawa. I'll let the judge know you were most helpful during the interrogation. This is unfair. I was coerced. I won't say another word until I speak with my lawyer. You don't have a lawyer. You're in school. Ellipses. More ellipses. Even more ellipses. Once school was over, I decided to take my chance with the little bit of intel I had managed to obtain from my classmates. If memory served me right, Aria-senpai would be practicing at the dojo today. Of course I knew her. She was a dojo student just like myself, but for whatever reason she had been refusing to compete in any tournament for a while now. Very suspicious. Aria-senpai, are you around? I shouted her name as I parked my bike, looking around for any sign of the girl.
Wha? Yeah! Yeah!
Heh. Follow the shouts and you will find her. I grinned briefly as I saw Aria seemingly in the middle of practicing a series of motions, almost as if she was fighting an imaginary opponent. She's crazy. She's seeing things. Perhaps now is the perfect opportunity to surprise her a little? I don't know if that's a good idea. I snuck closer, making sure to make as little noise as possible before I reached a hand towards her shoulder. This is not a good idea. Have you seen enough TV shows to know about this? Aria. Feeling a hand on her shoulder, Aria reacted. She grabbed hold of my hand and with a loud grunt shifted her weight, curling and tipping me over her shoulder. I knew that was going to happen. I knew that was going to happen. I didn't have time to brace myself for the impact before I hit the ground like a sack of potatoes.
Ah. Yeah! No one sneaks up on the grate.
Oh my god. Kunoichi.
Kunoichi.
Aria.
Oh, Taka boy. I didn't realize it was you. I'm sorry. Are you okay?
Kuno Ichi. Oh, we're like the Tasmanian devil. That throw didn't have a shred of mercy in it. Oh, my back.
There's no mercy in the ring, Taka boy. Better that you learn that now than in 2 weeks' time. Let me guess, you want to do some sparring, don't you?
I actually came here to ask you something, but I guess a little sparring wouldn't hurt.
Oh, what did you want to ask? We've got all afternoon. I could do with a bit of a break anyway.
Where to start? You used to take part in big and important matches in the past, right? Didn't you ever get nervous before going into the ring?
Oh yeah, ha! This one time I got so nervous I hid in the kitchen cupboards until my dad found me and dragged me out into the car. Of course, that was like when I was like 8. Well, obviously I can't go and hide from a match. But one of my friends made this stupid suggestion that I go pray or something. Honestly, at this point I'll do anything to calm my nerves a little. Taka boy, are you serious about this?
You mean the match? Of course I am. I've been practicing judo ever since I was old enough to walk. This is my chance to finally represent this country and the sport I love. Let's do another quick save. There we go. Arya seemed to think for quite a long time, all the while tapping her jaw with a finger. Eventually, she snapped her fingers and grabbed a tight hold of me.
All right, I'll tell you the way to the shrine I know, but it's going to require more than a simple clap of your hands and a bob of your head. You're going to need to give something to that shrine, something of value.
Please don't tell me that's my virginity. I guess I'll have to think of something before we get there. Thanks, Senpai. I appreciate the help.
Oh, no, Taka boy. I'm not going with you. I've got training to do. Besides, you've got to take this step yourself. I can draw you a map and show you an easy way to get back here, but you'll be on your own.
You're not tagging along? Not even for a little while?
Afraid so, Taka boy. Let me just grab some papers. I'll draw you a map.
After Arya's return, quick preparations were made, and I followed the directions noted down on the map. Surprisingly, it wasn't all that far. However, the hint on how to find my way back, in case I got lost, was a bit sketchy. That's a good sign. Just look down and you'll be able to see the roof of the dojo from anywhere on the hill. That's not a bad, that's a fine mention. The forest near the dojo was my first challenge to overcome. A narrow path coiled along the trees, and nearby was the river Ichikawa sister as mentioned. I followed Arya's scribbles with a bit of skepticism, but after an hour or so I finally arrived at the supposedly legendary shrine. The shrine itself seemed surprisingly well maintained despite being in the middle of nowhere. It made me wonder if someone could be secretly living there, perhaps some secret martial arts master. I thought of a hermit living and hiding within the shrine in order to prepare himself for upcoming battle between good and evil. It started to dwell in my mind. I guess that's too good to be true. I sighed in annoyance at the fact. Aside from the shrine itself, the grounds surrounding it seemed completely abandoned. There was no way anyone could be living there. For the time being, I decided to focus on the reason behind my visit. It took only a few moments before I gathered the courage to approach the building. Once inside, I found a rather fancy-looking altar of sorts at the back of the room. I guess it's the thing everyone is talking about. Silently, I folded the map I had been given. Putting it inside my bag, I approached the altar. I was kind of skeptical about the whole religious aspect, so I wasn't too sure this was actually going to work. Well, I don't know. I don't even think luck will do me much good in a match like this. You should probably spend this time training. Just pointing that out. In my opinion, there wasn't any room for things like luck and martial arts. Then why are you freaking here? This is why. Judo is all about using the knowledge you have gained through training. Yes, so why aren't you training? Of course, a good amount of talent also helps. There was simply no room for something as superstitious as luck. Clearly this is going to be a match where my experience and talent will be pushed to their limits. Nothing more and nothing less.
How curious.
Let me see, what should I do for her? I don't even know what she looks like yet, so we'll just go with normal voice. The boy doesn't believe in superstition, and yet he stands here, surrounded by the very thing he denounces. Upon hearing the voice, I look around, trying to find the source, but there was no one to be seen. Who's there? Quite the cliche question, but the right thing to ask is, where am I? What are you talking about? Show yourself. Not yet. Entertain me for a little while longer, would you? This is a place like no other. Why did you come here, if you did not believe in such thing, and things such as luck? I don't know. Someone drew me a map, and then I suddenly appeared here, and I came here to prepare myself. That is not the reason I came. Oh, do enlighten me about what this something might be that you're preparing yourself for. I felt a little bit annoyed as the question continued, but maybe if I kept talking to her, I'd be able to find out where Shell was hiding. I believe that's not supposed to be there. Typo. I'm preparing for a tournament, a judo match. Judo? What might that be? Seriously, you don't know what judo is? It's a highly skilled combat art. Aha! So you're a warrior, hesitant to go into battle, and came here in hope of finding the resolve to fight. I'm not sure about the warrior part. How fortunate. It just so happens that there is a need for one of your kind. That's the time to pack up and leave, Takahiro. Just saying, my kind. A hero. This shrine brings fortune to heroes such as yourself. However, every great hero must sacrifice something in return. And we will find out what that sacrifice is next time. Hope you guys enjoyed this first episode, and I will see you on the next episode if I decide to do it. Which hopefully I will, because this is fun. Alright, bye guys.